Welcome to my channel, The Three Mountains. My name is White Eagle. Today we are going to talk about animals, half-humans and perfected men. This is my own research, my own investigation, and you can agree with it or not. You are free. In this long journey across the mountains, I got to see incredible things in the astral world. Truly, we enter a new, different world or dimension where things are not what we are used to in this physical dimension. But the sacred teachings of the Vedas state that this physical dimension is called Maya, the world of illusions, and the superior worlds or dimensions are the real thing. Back in 2006-2005, I was already inside the first mountain, and I happened to be in Southampton. I used to walk along the park and exercise. One time, I remember I sat down on a bench and I looked at a mum with her son on her back. I remember the master saying that we are still not real men or women in the complete sense of the word, but animals. I focused my attention on the tantrum a child was making, and her mom patiently remaining calm. That night, I was back at the park, but in the astral. Again, I was looking at the mom, but instead of a baby, she was carrying a pup on her back. It is not my intention to criticize people. I, being a mom, have seen my own son in the astral being only a kitten, and with the years passing by and teaching him about killing the ego, I have seen him growing, or how can I put it, changing into higher animal shape. From a kitten, I repeat, I spent years teaching him to control his emotions or egos and to eliminate them when egos manifested. This has been a gradual process, and I could verify in the astral that he has changed into a higher animal, a baby horse. As we are only born with 3% awakened consciousness and the rest, 97%, is trapped inside the animal ego, then the real spiritual state of human beings on earth is to be animals. We are rational animals or rational mammals by definition. Like Alice in Wonderland, I am not the first person to describe the fact that in the astral you can and you will meet people who take on different animal shapes. Here we have Alice talking to a dodo, and other animals are around too. And here we have the rabbit dressed in human clothes. Not long ago, I needed to take the ferry to cross to another island I was visiting. I was looking forward to being on the ferry and feeling the hustle and bustle inside the ship. So naturally, with my heart, I wanted to go there to visit that ship, and in the astral, it happened during the night. To my surprise, the environment took me aback at what I saw. All the passengers were animals of different types. As I moved around the ship, the voice of my being was introducing me to each member of the crew. This is the manager, and I saw a snake passing by. The waiter, and I saw a gorilla. The cook, it was a giraffe. And then on the deck, when I went outside, people were waiting, and I could see piranhas. Once I crossed to the other side, we headed to the room I had booked online for my son and I to spend the night. But that night, something else happened. I was about to go to sleep after a long day, and noises from the other side of the wall caught my attention. In the UK, it is common to find terraced houses that are attached one to the other by one wall. So the noises were coming from the house next door. A girl was crying and complaining, but I could not make out a single word of what she was saying. But her endless crying with tears moved my heart, and I could only think of her pain. Her crying went on until 3 in the morning. I could not help it, and although I do not like entering people's private lives in the astral, I woke up inside her room nonetheless. To my surprise, I could see a prison cell with iron bars. The ones who had imprisoned her were Mum and Dad. So here we have Dad and Mum. Yes, Mum had the key, and she locked the prison cell. Dad was a grown-up lion, and Mum was a crocodile. Now, when I turned my head to look at the girl, I could see their daughter, a new creature, a mixture of Mum and Dad put together. A lioness with crocodile skin. Yes. She was a young lioness in shape, but her skin underneath was the same as the skin of a crocodile's belly. She was crying for being imprisoned by Mum and Dad. Now we're going to talk about half-humans. Now, leaving the topic of animals behind, the question of the death of the ego inside us is key for a transformation to take place. And of course, to enter the path of the revolution of the consciousness, alchemy is fundamental if we are to achieve the state of a true man or a true woman in the complete sense of the word. Once people enter the first mountain, they begin their internal transformation with alchemy. At the top of the first mountain, half of the egos are dead. So a person has 50% less egos, and this gives us the result that we are then half humans, half animals, a centaur. Yes, here I got this picture. And I found these statues as well. A centaur is the result. The top half is human, and this means that she has conquered the ego inside himself or herself in some centers of his physical machine, like the mind and the heart. He, at this stage, has managed to create the superior existential bodies of the being, the vital, the astral, mental, and causal bodies. But the bottom half is still animal and full of passions and lust. You can also see or find a mermaid. Yes, half animal, half human. The spiritual work of killing the egos must continue inside the second mountain in order to eliminate all the remaining egos and to attach gold to the superior bodies created in the first mountain. Inside the second mountain, the true man or true woman is born. And here I got this painting. It's called The Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci. So the perfect man or the perfect woman. And you can see his drawing. Excuse me. Now, you should be able to understand why the pentagram is a sacred symbol of the perfect man, and it is used by the White Lodge. The pentagram upside down with the 2 feet up is the symbol for the black magic and black lodge and darkness. Here I give you another image I found, and to reach the state of a true man, one will have to work in alchemy in order to whiten the devil inside us. Remember Solve et Coagula? Check my videos number 43, 44 and 45 called The Devil if you have not watched them already. And now you understand why behind the devil we have the pentagram, or you can achieve the state of perfect man once you defeat the devil. The true man or true woman is born at this height along the path. And now you understand why Master Samael Aung Weor called people intellectual humanoids or robots, machines controlled by the egos, but not true men. To achieve the state of a true man is a real accomplishment and something we all must yearn to achieve one day. What do we have afterwards along the path, like in the third mountain? Few have reached a higher state, but examples are prophets like Buddha, Prophet Muhammad, Hermes, and Jesus. We have the Superman. And I put here an image of Master Jesus walking on the sea, on the waves of the sea. Yes. For spiritual growth, the three factors are needed, and this is the conclusion. The birth, meaning alchemy, the death, internal death of the egos, and sacrifice for humanity, help others along the path. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video.